Has spread to the Australian manufacturing sector, with car maker Toyota saying it will cut production of its Melbourne plant by half for May and June. The announcement came within hours of Ford saying it would shed more than 200 jobs from one of its Victorian plants due to falling demand for its larger cars. Hamish Fitzsimmons reports.
May and June look like being lean months for Toyota's 3,300 Melbourne workers.
It's going to be hard to pay the bills, look after the family. Mortgage, just started the mortgage and things like that. It's going to be hard to pay for the mortgage.
The global car manufacturer is cutting production by half for those 2 months.
At the end of the day, we're going to be roughly $200 short each week. Add that up over a month, there's $1,600. Over the 2 months, there's mortgages, there's food, there's bills, there's things that we just, you're not going to survive.
The company says staff will work half shifts on 3/4 pay, but that doesn't sit well with some employees.
The rest of my family doesn't work, so only work myself. So a lot of bills have to pay,
Toyota says the cuts are due to the impact of the Japanese earthquake on manufacturers in the Fukushima region. Parts for 3 models are affected.
It's an unprecedented situation. The impact of the earthquake has impacted infrastructure and obviously had some flow-on effects to our Japan operations. It's a small amount of parts that are impacting our production plant during May, and we'll continue to assess the situation for June and July.
Unions say it's not just Toyota employees who will be affected by the slowdown in production, that it will also hit thousands of people in Victoria who are employed by smaller manufacturers that supply Toyota.
There are a lot of folks employed in Toyota's supply chain locally that will be very adversely impacted. There is part income support in the Toyota Enterprise Agreement. There is not in many of the agreements that support Toyota.
This is a short-term action to deal with a supply issue. We are committed to resuming 100% production as quickly as possible.
The manufacturing union believes Toyota has other options and says it's meeting the company next week to discuss further action.
The company is holding a gun to the head of the sector by not seeking alternative supplies. We believe that it can achieve alternative supplies and avert the stand down.
And Ford too announced it's making cutbacks, saying it would shed 240 jobs from one of its plants in Melbourne through redeployments and voluntary redundancies. The company says the latest round of job cuts is due to falling demand for its larger cars. Hamish Fitzsimmons, Lateline.